Hi everyone, Doug and Julie here with our 2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E electric vehicle. Of all the positives and negatives of owning an EV, probably our favorite positive is the ease of use. And one key to that ease of use is something called plug-and charge. Plug-and charge is a technology that allows an EV to pull up to a public fast charger, plug in, and the car just starts charging, without needing to use an app or pull out a credit card. The charging station and EV communicate directly, and the station automatically authenticates the vehicle and payment upon connection. It's standard operating procedure for Tesla owners charging at Tesla superchargers, and probably one of the biggest reasons why they are so popular. Were so popular. Anywho, other EVs have been slower to adopt this as it requires partnerships between the auto manufacturer and each specific charging company, and more charging companies are coming online as EV use continues to grow. Ford has something called the Blue Oval Charge Network, which gives their EV owners simple and easy access to over a dozen public charging companies via the Ford Pass app. However, at the time of writing this, only two offer plug-and charge, Electrify America and Tesla. When we take road trips, we prioritize these two for this very reason. No, it's not hard to open an app or pull out a credit card, but it's not unheard of for apps to not work or be out of cell phone range. Not to mention, there are currently around 30 different charging companies. Can you imagine if you had to thumb through 30 different apps to initiate a charge? And credit card readers are notoriously unreliable as well. It's enough of a problem to where there's a push to make plug-and charge a standard requirement for all EVs. If there's a downside to plug-and charge, at least for Mach-E owners, it's that if you're a subscriber to EA or Tesla to get a discounted rate, you can't use plug-and charge. You have to go through the app. We mostly charge at home and don't really see a benefit to having a subscription to either, so we're always using plug-and charge. Frankly, we're fine paying that little bit more just for the reliability and ease of use. Recently, Julie and I stopped at a Pilot Flying J station to test out their GM Energy charging site. This is a partnership with GM, Pilot Flying J, and EVgo to create nationwide stations for all EV owners, not just GM customers. Because of EVgo, we are able to just plug in and charge here. But to be accurate, this is not plug-and charge through the Blue Oval Charge Network. We have a separate account with EVgo which offers their own version of plug-and charge called Auto Charge Plus. It does not work on all EVs, but we're happy to report it works just fine with our Mach-E.
I think with EVgo, you should be able to try auto charge, which is basically plug-and charge. We'll see. These are clumsy cords.
Payment has been authorized.
Cool.
Connecting to your vehicle.
Well, that's good. So taking its time, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Matching voltage. Here we go.
The other interesting thing about this location is it's a pretty accurate representation of the future of travel plazas. This one has your typical gas pumps under a canopy in front of a convenience store and fast food restaurant. But unlike some locations that stick EV charging in the back or way off to the side, here we have our own canopy and amenities like trash cans and windshield cleaning stations. As EV use grows, the balance of gas pumps to EV chargers will likely change, but it'll be a long time before these stations go gas-free. Plug and charge, whether through the manufacturer or through the charging company, requires a bit of initial setup. And, of course, it's yet another entity that has your credit card info. But once that's taken care of, traveling in an EV is so much easier. We're almost 4 years into EV life and we're just loving it. Happy motoring!